It will be a global ban. It's already started. I mean, every country in the world is looking at digital currencies except this one. I mean, I'm sure that they've looked at it, but they don't know how to do it because they can't take people's currency away.
Tim, you don't think they could entice millennials and Gen Zs away from currency?
Yeah,
Come on.
That's not.
They could
take
say
the money away from the bulk of the population. No, that's war talk. That's revolution talk. People want to have cash. Period.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching Yankee Stacking. Well, today I'm going to share with you a video with my wonderful local coin shop dealer, Tim Marschner of the Coin and Stamp Shop in Manchester, New Hampshire. I know a lot of you enjoy our weekly dialogue, the banter between the two of us. Sometimes there's some good-natured ribbing that goes on, usually at my expense, but I always enjoy visiting my local coin shop, purchasing silver and gold, and learning volumes from Tim. You know, I usually agree with Tim. I mean, like 95% of what he says. Although I'm not quite a Trumpster as he is. But hey, both of us think that a central bank digital currency spells disaster. It's the ultimate power grab, unlike anything we've seen monetarily. And I think it would spell the absolute end of our financial privacy. The dangers of the central bank digital currency cannot be overstated. And I did a recent video on it, the stages that I believe that we're going to go through when our central bank adopts a digital currency. You can watch it. I suggest you do, all right? But first, watch this video. And let me know in the comments below whether you think there will be acceptance or rejection by the masses of a central bank digital currency. Look at all this gold. Is this all like spoken for?
No, none of it's spoken for.
None of it?
No, that's not true. All the constitutional gold is spoken for.
Oh, all of the
constitutional.
Bummer.
D2. There's one in there.
And you still have this?
Yeah, I haven't even put it out.
Okay.
You know, I put out what I think will sell that day, and that's
pandas.
Put everything away, and then I put it out the next day.
You got obese pandas.
Yeah, those are actually pretty nice pandas.
Yeah.
Except that they're not the right.
They're grams.
Not the right weight.
Yeah, 30 grams. Ooh. Don't have one of these. That's a proof. I like that. One in a capsule too. Man, that is striking. How much for the proof?
Okay, let's get my price list here.
Oh boy. Oh, libertats!
You always got to ask these difficult questions.
Yeah, I try to make it really difficult on you, Tim. Libertats. Little guys.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I've done my accounting on that stuff. That's why it's still in the bag. So make sure the same things get back in the same bag.
I'll just seal it up. Oh, yeah, these are pretty. Oh, man. That's one of the prettiest gold pieces around.
That is spoken for. That and the other one that's in a 2x2.
2x2. Where are the buffaloes?
I hid those from you.
You do have some.
Yeah, I didn't want you to buy the whole tube from it.
Get ready for SD Bullion's Monster Box sweepstakes that includes 500 Silver Eagles. You could be the next lucky recipient of a phone call like this.
This is Dr. Tyler Wall, CEO of SD Bullion. Well, I'm calling you to let you know that you won the SD Bullion giveaway of a Monster Box of Silver Eagles.
So click the link below for your chance to win.
Yep, I'll probably sell you all those at a loss because we just lost, what, $40 in the price of gold?
Really?
It's gonna be close. Gonna be close.
Oh, that's not good.
But I have orders I still have to fill.
Yes, I see the
So I
boxes.
can't sell that whole tube.
Can't sell the whole tube to me. All right, yeah, my dreams. Maybe one? Could you spare one, Buffalo Tim? I think we're in trouble, Tim. I think what we're seeing with the Dow, with S&P, and especially in crypto is horrific.
It is. But where does the money have to go? If you're cashing out, where does it go? It goes into some form of a bank. And then I guess the question is, how much cash are people going to start pulling out of the banks? I mean, it happened in Canada, when they decided to look into everyone's account and see what they ever owned. They're going to freeze their assets. That alone caused a run on the banks along the Canadian border, because people were saying, hey, if it's that easy to freeze your accounts, I'm getting my money out of the bank. And I always have a certain amount in the savings account to back up a checking account in case I have a big purchase to make. It's not doing me any good in a savings account. But why don't I just pull it out?
Be the bank.
Not making any interest, yeah.
Yeah, be the bank. Yep.
A lot of people are beginning to think that way. And, it's... You're not getting any good feelings coming from the Federal Reserve Bank. In fact, if anything, you're wondering why the one organization that was supposed to be protecting the value of the dollar is doing just the opposite. But that's, we have all kinds of regulatory agencies who aren't regulating anything. I mean, how many naked shorts do we have, in total, in trillions of dollars? How many naked shorts last year alone? This year so far. Aren't the naked shorts, aren't they illegal now?
Yeah.
The whole financial community is in disarray. But the people who are interchangeable in the financial markets, the Federal Reserve Bank, the U.S. Treasury, all the hedge funds, and all the regulatory agencies, they're all the same people. So the metals are not a good indicator. They react to a lot of the different things, but they're not a good indicator. And I think right now the worst thing is consumer confidence is shot.
Right now, everyone's rushing to the dollar.
Yeah, but
that's going to end.
Well, it ends with inflation, because if you put all your cash, all your money into cash, then you see it deteriorate overnight. Any kind of shake-up here, it'll cause a collapse worldwide. It will be a global event. It's already started. I mean, every country in the world is looking at digital currencies except this one. I mean, I'm sure that they've looked at it, but they don't know how to do it, because they can't take people's currency away.
Tim, you don't think they can entice millennials and Gen Zs away from currency?
Yeah,
Come on.
That's not.
They could
take
say
the money away from the bulk of the population. No, that's war talk. That's revolution talk. People want to have cash. Period. They don't care what it is. People want to have cash.
I argue that most people in our country don't care anymore. All they care about is Venmoing somebody, getting whatever they want. They don't care. They don't walk around with cash in their pockets.
That's one baby step away from having the IRS do your taxes for you.
I know it's coming.
When
I don't
people
want it.
realize that, that'll be the end of it. That is what they want. They
That's
want to
what
have
they want.
everything digitized so the IRS can do your taxes for you, and they'll determine what you can deduct.
You wouldn't need to withhold anything anymore. I understand that. But the sheeple are going to let this happen. That's my point. I'd like to see a poll on that
too
too.
Dangerous for them to even hold that poll. But I'd like to see a poll, okay? How comfortable would you be to have an entirely digital currency if we take the cash away?
My viewers, in this stacking community, it would be 99% against. But I'm not talking about us. We've been enlightened. We've been red-pilled. We get it. But you ask a millennial, how much cash do they have in their pocket? And when was the last time they entered a physical bank branch? They don't care about cash. They don't deal with cash. It's shocking, Tim.
Well, they probably don't realize how much of their life is being tracked either. That's the big problem. And if people are content to have their life tracked, every aspect of their lives tracked, there's nothing we can do about it.
I'm not.
And I sure hope that isn't the case.
I hope so too. I think it's coming, and I don't think we can stop it. That's what I'm scared about.
I think there'll be two monetary systems. One would be digital, and that would be between central banks, because they really don't want and they don't need to have the dollar as the world's reserve currency. Okay, but all those transactions can be done by computer. All of them can be. I think if they take cash away from the people, they're running the risk of revolution everywhere.
Do you use your phone to pay? Bill, do you do Apple Pay or huh?
No.
You don't use that. You don't use Google Pay. You don't, huh?
I never use my phone to pay anything. No.
Do you realize how common that is now?
Oh yeah.
It's everywhere.
I do.
People have adopted this mindset, Tim. That's what I'm talking about. I don't think it's a big step between a digital currency that we already have now and a central bank digital currency.
The pressure to give the vendor, whoever you're doing business, doesn't matter if it's the phone company or the electric company or anybody else, your TV company, to do your accounting for you. There's a lot of pressure for that. Okay, I resist it because I've had them make mistakes in the past. In fact, right now I have a dish system. They replaced the receiver because the receiver lost its mind or something, and I don't have the same channel lineup I had, and I'm paying the same amount. So whenever they do things for you, they're going to make mistakes, because you got a programmer on the computer who said, "Oh, I never thought that would happen." I mean, this is not a perfect world yet, and I'm not willing to have even the phone company do my accounting for me. I do my own accounting.
Good for you.
I don't necessarily send bills and send checks in, but I do when I pay over the phone.
Yeah.
I'm at least getting the right information, and I like to have paper bills. It helps you do your accounting when you're at tax time. If you ever have a deductible expense that's done for you and it's somewhere in your email, because they give you a notice whenever they're taking money out of your account at tax time, what do? You going to get a program that's going to do that accounting for you? No. Is the vendor, bank or phone company or whatever it is, going to send you that accounting? No. It's up to you to go through, thousands and thousands of email and find out what you paid for this item that month, and so you can deduct it on your taxes. I mean, look at how many business expenses you probably have that you're not taking advantage of because they're doing the accounting for you. I mean, every time you get in your car and you come over here to the coin and stamp shop to make a video, that's deductible mileage, and now it actually costs something. Okay, so you look at the mileage deduction for business expense in the IRS this year. Okay, if the IRS isn't screaming at the president, that means that the world is not right, because that mileage charge is going to skyrocket. They're going to have to pay you probably several dollars a mile, as a business expense, and you should be taking advantage of that.
I am.
And but now
I am.
how you do that? You go through. Well, say I did make 18 videos with Tim this year, so let's see, that costs me so many miles.
Tim, I use my phone and an app to track my miles.
Yes. Well,
Hey, something's
Does your
not.
phone does that app know exactly where you're going?
Yeah, it's scary, right?
Yeah,
Right? Google Maps,
Yeah.
they know everything. All right, so something is not right. Something is really, really rotten. I think we are seeing the very last gasp of this financial system. I believe, like the gentleman I think that was in here earlier, that the Federal Reserve is going to suffer incredible a vote of no confidence. It's going to be a disaster. And then central banks around the world are going to have to come up with a new monetary system because all confidence will be lost.
Yeah, but that system between central banks will be entirely digital. I don't think it has to replace the currency.
I don't think it should, but I think it will.
I don't think it will.
Wow. Okay.
There are too many bugs, and it's.
Oh, and when do bugs not stop software from being used?
Yeah, you're in the IT business.
Oh, my word.
Those aren't the bugs I'm talking about. I'm talking about having a central authority run every aspect of your life. And that's what you're talking about if you're talking about taking the cash away.
I know.
I have lots of customers who, well, I put this in my 401k. I don't need this. I'm going to take it out and pay the penalty. And they take it out in cash. They bury it in the basement. I can tell from the way it smells. But cash is the trigger for the IRS. It is also important for your freedom. If we had decent, honorable people in our government, it wouldn't scare me as much as it does now. We don't have honorable people in our government. We have people who are self-serving. They think of, as long as they're in power, they get to carve up the pie. Honestly, that's the way they think. I mean, you can't go to anybody. I don't want to pick on the party because there are some of them in the other party that kind of amaze me because the Republican Party has been conservative since 1862 or something like that. Because they objected to the Currency Act of 1862, but it happened anyway. That's when they took away the gold and silver and made paper. Yeah, it goes back to 1862. So then there's also the other part of the financial industry, which, all the hedge funds and, the JP Morgans, the Goldman Sachs and all those people. How are they going to react to having a central authority governing everything? If they're able to get your cash, all individual freedoms will evaporate.
Well, I think we are violently in agreement in a lot of ways, Tim. I just think that digital currencies are coming. They are going to steal our privacy. They're going to control our lives.
We're talking this country. What happens around the rest of the world? Does every country go digital? Or do some countries have cash, other countries don't have cash? What about the Chinese? The Chinese are going to see an opportunity if this country decides that we're going to make gold. We don't care about gold and silver. What do the Chinese do? They'll snatch up every piece they get their hands on. I mean, we don't operate in a vacuum. So you think this government is going to take away the cash. I don't think they will. I think that they could be running into serious trouble with not only our populace. And you should know, you probably have the largest community of intelligent people on all of YouTube, okay?
I think I do.
Let's hope they're all gun owners.
Yes, I hope.
Come for their cash, And what is cash? I mean, is all this old stuff? Is this cash? I mean, how are they going to do that? How are they going to take every Morgan dollar, every peace dollar? What does it say on the back of a Silver Eagle? $1. They're going to take all that? That's cash. And I don't use credit cards either.
All right,
The only time I use a card is when I have to buy gas and I can't squeeze those bills in the trunk.
I love it. Dude, you are old school. I love it. I think it's the right way to do it.
I use cash for everything.
Good. Well,
and it's going to be interesting when nobody has the method of doing things digitally. Plus I've got a community of people out west. Everything their commerce is based on is junk silver,
barter,
everything.
Wow, amazing.
And no, I mean, you need to consider how big this country is and how conservative this country really is. I'm not talking about the people who call themselves socialists or call themselves Marxists. And AOE said that socialism is much better than capitalism. It's BS. Socialism is a political system. It is not an economic system. And capitalism isn't an economic system. It's a method of commerce. And it's the opposite of socialism is free enterprise. Simple, plain and simple, okay? Free enterprise isn't even discussed by governments like this. They don't believe in it. They think they should control everything. The only result that will make any difference is if we get these people out of office. All of them. I mean, the two know-nothings and do-nothings in this state, we need to get them out of the Congress. All over the country, they need to get these people out of the Congress because they all think alike. They all think it's their right to have whatever you have is their right to tax or take from you, one way or the other. And, they're not going to go after the Elon Musk or the Warren Buffetts or Bill Gates because they're all Democratic Party contributors for that reason. I don't know. Yes, digital currencies are going to be a fact of life for every central bank in the world, and I think that will replace the dollar as the reserve currency.
Yeah, we agree with that. All right. I think I got to get something. I can't walk out of here without something, Tim.
Are you going to buy the whole tube or not?
I can't buy the whole tube. You won't sell me the whole tube, right?
No, I actually have some.
I'm not buying a whole tube.
Today's registered mail is over there.
All right. So maybe one of them. Hey, thanks so much. That was really, I love conversations.
Yeah, we're talking about the will of the people versus the will of a government, and right. I think this government is on the wrong track.
Yep.
And it's not going to take much resistance to convince them that they're wrong. Obviously, there are people in the government who believe in socialism, but I think it's still a small minority. I mean, maybe not in Washington. In Washington, it's probably the majority.
I hope.
You hope what?
You're right. You're right. Hey, thanks, Tim. Appreciate it. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. But let me know, again, down in the comments. And as always, I hope your day is A-OK.